Give me a sec. Let me let everyone know that we're starting at 12:30 in the community. Real quick, like. It won't be that long of a reaction day today. We only have One Piece and My Hero. And judging from how it looks on Viz, we are going on break after this chapter. I find it interesting. I wonder what Oda's gonna leave us on break for. So let me just set this community thing up for everybody. Let them know. All right, we're good to go. Okay, we can continue. Let's go ahead and get the formalities out of the way, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another One Piece chapter reaction and review. Last we left off, we saw more of Kuma's life. Him subjecting himself, giving permission to Jay Garcia because, you know, Jay Garcia just had to cement himself as a person that we all know and hate. He subjected himself to this cyborg modification to become the first pacifista in exchange for Bonnie being completely cured. Only Jay Garcia made sure that there were plenty of contingencies where Kuma would not only not be able to run away, but also hang. Sorry, there's a piece of fuzz on my nose. It was right there on my nose. Tickled. Just to make sure that Kuma couldn't betray them or escape from them, he made sure that Jay Garcia said, you just think of your daughter as our hostage. And to put up extra emphasis on how much we hate Jay Garcia, he also sent CP8 over to the Sorbet Kingdom to watch Bonnie. So, you know, there's that. And last we saw him going about his business being a pirate known as the Tyrant, even though that was, you know, something that they made up for him because he liberated the Sorbet Kingdom from King Bekori. He's out there, and the last we see of him is he's heading to Windmill Village, Fuchsia Village, the home of Luffy. So let's see what chapter 1101 gives to us. 1101. I might as well say 1101. Ooh, and we get a color cover page showing Vegapunk and all of his satellites. I see Lilith, Pythagoras, Edison, Atlas, York, Shaka, and of course, the main man Vegapunk himself with the Vega Force 1 in the background. We have a color scheme for all of Vegapunk's satellites now, like officially with like widespread. I don't think we've seen everybody in color yet, but we got a phenomenal cover full of Vegapunks. Chapter 1101, To Bonnie. 3 years ago, Mount Corvo, Goa Kingdom, East Blue. And this is Luffy. Yo! Oh my goodness! This confirms it! He's been watching Luffy as he grew up! He's been watching over Luffy! Or watching him! Because it shows Luffy going, Gum Axe! And mind you, Mount Corvo is the same place that he was training as, you know, when he was younger before he left from Fuchsia Village. And Kuma's just watching him. And it shows Luffy breaking apart entire rocks, like entire boulders, using his Gum Axe. This is him when he was, like, incredibly strong for his age. And even the animals in the forest are watching Luffy just demolish everything. And Kuma's just watching Luffy in the background. Now, during this time, Luffy has no concept of haki whatsoever. So him being able to sense another person nearby, that's non-existent. But Kuma is just watching him train. Dragon, you seem extremely familiar with this particular nation, and I couldn't help but notice you traveling to a little village at the edge of the country and watching a particular young lad. Keep going if you want to see me killed. Wait a minute. When I read that line, it almost sounded like when I read it, I saw killed, and I was thinking, keep going if you want to wind up dead, along those lines. But no, he's saying, keep going if you want to see me killed. Keep going if you want to see me killed. What do you mean? Children are a vulnerability for any parent. Wow! He can't see Luffy because that's his weakness. That's Dragon's weakness. That's his vulnerability. His son is his weakness. That's why he stays away. Ooh, okay, we just seen a new depth to Dragon. Because this is actually the first, because remember, the last time Ivankov wanted to, question about why Dragon's always looking towards the east, East Blue, Fuchsia Village. Dragon was all like, don't stick your nose in my business. But then Dragon has shared more with Kuma than he did with Ivankov. Because Ivankov is all like, fine, I won't question you any further. But here, Dragon's all, children are a vulnerability for any parent. And, since Kuma's in a similar situation where he can't see Bonnie, he recognizes this statement. Pardon me, I'll forget everything I saw. But it shows that Kuma was steadily watching over Luffy. That's gonna be a special attack. I'll use it when I'm up against really tough enemies. Once I'm a pirate, I'll be finding new crewmates, see? And this is Luffy before he left. And there will be times when they get beat or captured. When that happens, I won't hold back. I'll give them a gum axe, no matter who it is. See? As he's showing off to this giant tiger and giant alligator. Monkey D. Luffy, age 16. What? Don't worry. I don't eat weaklings. And then it shows Kuma watching, and then a Denden Mushi goes off. And then Kuma immediately just pops away before Luffy can look at him. Huh? Who's there? That was weird. I felt something that made me shiver. Is there still a big boss lurking somewhere on this mountain? I'm gonna find it and hunt it before I set sail. Best of luck to you, Luffy. And then we have Kuma on his ship while other people are, Kuma's on his ship while he's coming across one that's flaming. Pirates have pillaged a merchant ship and are now on the run. Sink the pirate ship at once. The pirates came out of nowhere. I'll take the injured to a hospital right now. Bartholomew Kuma, what are you doing? Huh? Oh. I'll go ahead. You catch up. Oh, thank you. I thought it would be too late for us. Here we have Kuma, who's supposed to be this pirate under the service of the world government, and he's still saving people. He's still saving people! Oh! And then we have Kuma running up on the ship. Oh, thank you. I thought it would be too late for us. Kuma, come in, Kuma! And this is obviously the world government trying to find out where he's at. Give yourselves up. We're sorry. We'll return everything. Give back the treasure, men. Do you want to die? And then we have Kuma writing to Bonnie. To Bonnie, the world is full of more beautiful and wondrous sights than any book or picture could describe. I wish I could see you react to them, Bonnie. Then we cut to the Sorbet Kingdom, and it's Bonnie again. Is it here yet? 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 And then is Bonnie just saying this over and over and over again because she's waiting. She's waiting on a letter. Is it here yet? Is it here yet? Look, he's probably busy with his work, and sometimes news coups make mistakes. Daddy said he would write me lots of letters. Yeah, and letters take a long time. You're supposed to be patient. Then we have Queen Connie. They'll get here eventually, dear. Go! Go! As a news coup drops a paper and a letter. And Alpha. You know, the nurse chick from CP8? Oh, a newspaper. And a letter. Put this in the church post box. Yes, ma'am. Any letters? Nope, just a paper. And Bonnie is blowing out a breath. Another letter, huh? Yes. Another letter, huh? Yes. How many is this? Must be about 10 a month. They've been dozens. I'm surprised he hasn't run out of things to write. To Bonnie. What a sap. and it shows Alpha tearing up the letter. So this entire time, Bonnie hasn't received a single letter from Kuma because Alpha's been tearing them all up. What a sap. And then we have Kuma writing in his letter. Lastly, Bonnie, as I've said so many times, I send you all the love in the world. I will write again. And it shows Bonnie, who's using her alternate future move, where her body gets engorged like that of Kuma, like his stature, like his big upper body and short lower body.
Let's fight, Gyo-Gyo!
Again, Bonnie? What about Jenga?
Fight me!
I didn't know they had Jenga. Okay. Sorbet Kingdom kind of cultured with the classic games. They got Jenga. It's time for your medicine, Bonnie. Huh? As Alpha's watching Bonnie beat up on Gyogyo. Strange. I could have sworn she looked like a giantess. Oh, this is her first time. This is the first time that she almost caught a glimpse of Bonnie in this altered state.
I hate medicine. It's yucky.
That's how you know it's working. If only she knew it's just bitter syrup. Old Connie, why is it bad if they find out about Bonnie's powers?
It's just in case. A wise hawk hides its talents.
Oh, Alpha and the crew, Alpha and her people don't know that Bonnie has a devil fruit. Navy Science Division, Laboratory 8. And we see progress going as Egghead starts to look more and more futuristic. We saw in the last chapter a whole bunch of construction going on. That's amazing, Doctor! It's already done?
After this, I'll just use island clouds to make the lab and brain float. The truth is, half of what you see is actually a hologram. This had been my plan for Punk Hazard too, truth be told.
And then we have Stussy. We have Stussy! And you've gone and gotten a fresh cut.
It's so light I could just float away.
Are you really going to lose your free will, Kuma? I wonder which is worse off, a clone with her own will, or a real human with none.
Stop that, Stussy! You are a human being!
Ah, because this is the stone of Stussy. This is clone Stussy speaking. And then we have Kuma. What does it mean to lose my free will, Vegapunk?
However you might be following your orders from above at the moment, would you still continue to do their bidding if they told you to kill a child?
And then Kuma's kind of silent. He's silent. Kuma's silent.
Losing your free will in this research project means losing all of the memories and human emotions you've gained to this point in your life. But I'll make certain that you can maintain a bare minimum of conscious thought right up to just before the end. That should give you another year, I suppose.
Yo, Vegapunk's the real one. We knew that Vegapunk was so against erasing Kuma's free will, so he started to, flex a little, stretch the boundaries just a little bit, just until the last possible second. Vegapunk, you all right with me. You all right with me.
But I'll make certain that you can maintain a bare minimum of conscious thought right up to just before the end. That should give you another year, I suppose.
And then Kuma starts writing again.
Another letter?
I'll keep sending them for as long as I can. I love Bonnie. I have another year to write out an entire life's worth of emotions to her. And then Stussy goes, that's so sweet. Bonnie will be 9 soon. I bet she's so big now.
Not in that short amount of time. Not in that short of a time.
And then there's laughing. And then we have Kuma and his letters again. I don't know when this letter might reach you, but happy 9th birthday, Bonnie. I'm writing to you from Vegapunk's lab, and then we come back to the Sorbet Kingdom as we have cheering. Bonnie! Happy birthday! And everyone's celebrating Bonnie's birthday.
Look! It's one of old Connie's special huge pizzas!
Oh, now, okay, so remember how we've always seen Bonnie and she, of all the foods that she tends to eat, we see her eating a whole bunch of pizza? It's all because of her time with Kuma and Vegapunk that it's literally one of her favorite foods.
It's so good! Yay, thank you!
And she's enjoying that. But then we cut to later on when Bonnie is still up while everyone else is asleep. And then Bonnie is looking around, seeing if there's any new letters. She's trying to see if there's any new letters that came in.
Nope, no letters. Don't you know I'm 9 now, Daddy? You said you write me letters.
And then Bonnie's just crying. And then we just continue to see letters being torn up because of Alpha and her craziness. Half a year passed without a single letter reaching her. Then we cut to Baltigo, Revolutionary Army HQ, Baltigo. Kuma saved you again? Yes, he helped the army out of a pinch. Then he left without saying a word. If that's what Kuma wants, don't go after him. Hey, Kuma! Because Kuma's, getting more and more distant. More and more distant. But Dragon says, I'm sure he has his reasons. Ones he can't tell us. And then we're to the Sorbet Kingdom where Bonnie says,
I'm all better! Look here, the stones are completely gone! I want to go outside now!
And then Alpha yells, You can't, Bonnie. We're under instructions to care for you until your 10th birthday.
Liar! Vegapunk said I'd be better in a year, and it's been a year now!
You still can't! And then we have Queen Connie.
Alpha and her ilk are secret agents of the government.
Huh? Shh!
They were drinking in town and someone let slip that your disease is already fully cured. Really? I don't know what else they've got writing on this, but it makes no sense that they'd keep you locked inside for another half a year when you're all healthy now. And it doesn't make sense that Kuma wouldn't write a single letter either, does it? Yeah.
Because Bonnie's starting to get suspicious.
I've already told the men about this. Go to the harbor, Bonnie. Go to sea and find your father.
Thank you, Queen Connie! We all stand Queen Connie! Oh, the Queen... Oh, thank you, Connie! Wow! Oh my goodness! Connie's the real one. She's a real one.
Go to sea and find your father. I can see him! Gyo-Gyo and his crew aren't ordinary fishers. They're legendary ruffian fishers who strike fear into pirates and beasts alike. They'll help you reach Kuma. I'm off to the palace.
Oh, take care, ma'am. As Queen Connie...
I'm off to the palace.
Oh, take care, ma'am. Oh, this is Bonnie. This is Bonnie. It's Bonnie. It's Bonnie making herself look like Queen Connie. And she just straight up leaves. And this is Bonnie experiencing the outside for the first time.
I'm outside. There's dirt, grass, sky, sun. Bonnie's walking in the light of day. It's a miracle. There is a God.
To think this day would come. This way, Bonnie.
Yo-Yo! Tots! Potato! Look! I'm outside! Look! I'm outside!
Where is Bonnie? I just saw Queen Dowager Connie outside. What's going on? What's going on?
It's me. I'm Bonnie. Don't lie to me!
As Alpha's just losing it. Set sail!
Ah!
We decorated the ship like a pizza. And wow, so this is the ship that Bonnie would have. But they set sail. They get away for the Sorbet Kingdom. And then we have someone running full speed. Stop right there! It's Alpha! If you attempt to escape, I have authorization to use non-lethal violence to subdue you and bring you to justice. This makes it much easier. She's flying at us. Accomplices may be eliminated. That's the government fighting style. The 6 powers.
Hey, Daddy, what does Nika look like?
Well, no one really knows, but...
Distorted future!
As Bonnie leaps into the air. That's what it's called. Not altered future, but distorted future. And it shows Bonnie jumping up in the air, causing her body to be engorged.
Distorted future!
And it shows Gyokyo and everyone else going, Bonnie? It said his body had properties like rubber, and he fought however he fancied. And Bonnie's just smiling in this flashback as we cut to Bonnie hitting Alpha with
Nika-like future!
Nika-like future, and hits her with such force that she just straight up knocks out Alpha. I've never seen a woman's face in this series get hit that hard and dented in that far. When it comes to women being hit in this series, you don't really see them being injured to such an extensive degree. But Bonnie hits her with Nika-like future and just knocks her out and sends her into the ocean. The escape of Bonnie the hostage was relayed to the government at once, and eventually, the fishing boat in search of her father transformed into a pirate ship in the New World, much like Luffy's. And we have Bonnie, who has progressed her age further to be more adult-like, that of which we would later see in life. And that's the end of chapter 1101. Ooh. For a second there, I thought I said Gyoro Gyoro. No, it's really in my head. I want to say Gyoro Gyoro, even though the R isn't there. But Gyogyo. Bonnie reduced Alpha to Omega. Let me see what all you guys have said. Okay, first, Ogata-san. Ozzy, good to see you. Good to see you. Greetings, fellows peoples. You can say that Dragon has had more in common with Kuma than he did with Ivankov. Exactly. Well, with the exception of how they treat their offspring. If only Kuma was sent to that certain kingdom instead of Lucci 17 years ago. All hail Queen Connie, yes. Ruffians, Fuwawa and Mokoko. Bonnie reduced Alpha to Omega. For a second, I thought I said Gyogyo. Gyoro. So, hold on. I want to see if they got the synopsis for chapter 101. I want to see if they got it. I want to see if they got it yet. Do they have it? Yes, they do. All right. All right, let me see here. Let me just go through the short synopsis. Alpha comes in to give Bonnie her medicine, though she is surprised to see her on top of a clearly beaten Gyogyo. She gives her the medicine, which is actually a bad-tasting placebo, as Gyogyo asks Connie why they are hush-hush about Bonnie's powers. And Connie says it is to be safe. Meanwhile, on Labo 8, Dr. Vegapunk has successfully removed his brain from his head, and now all he has to do is lift it and the lab itself into the sky. Because I forgot to mention, at this point in life, Vegapunk has sliced open his head and is working towards lifting Punk Records into the sky. I didn't mention it during that time, but you know when you see something visually, but you just don't audibly mention it, sorry about that. Stussy, who was with him, comments that his new appearance suits him, and Kuma, who was also there, asks what will happen when he loses his individuality, causing Stussy to wonder which is worse, a human with no free will, or a clone that has it, prompting Dr. Vegapunk to remind her that he considers her human. Dr. Vegapunk tells him that without his personality, he won't hesitate to harm anyone if ordered to, like a child. However, he roughly has 1 more year until the procedure is complete, so he should still have some free will. Kuma starts writing another letter, saying he wants to let Bonnie know how much he loves her right until the very end, which Stussy finds very sweet. In the letter, Kuma wishes Bonnie a happy 9th birthday, which she celebrates with her family in Sorbet. At night, she doesn't receive the letter, and she starts to cry. After 1.5 years pass, Bonnie is now 10 years old and completely healed of sapphire scales. Also, Kuma continues to aid the Revolutionary Army whenever he can, but he leaves without saying a word. Dragon says they need to respect Kuma's wishes to keep them uninformed. As for Bonnie, Alpha continuously refuses to let her outside, stating she needs to stay put before her 10th birthday, but it has already passed. It turns out, Connie overheard Alpha reveal herself as a government agent, making her even more suspicious that she won't let Bonnie go free. Connie then comes up with a plan to sneak Bonnie out of the country. I like doing these dramatic readings of these long synopses. And have her set sail to locate Kuma, sending Gyogyo and his buddies with her in her search. The plan involved Bonnie transforming herself to look like Connie and walk away with some luggage, with Alpha none the wiser. She basks in the outside world as she reaches her friends who show off their new ship, made to look like a pizza. Alpha, however, finds out about the deception and starts chasing after her, planning to beat Bonnie to an inch of her life and chain her up and kill all of her accomplices. I was about to say appliances. I don't see no fridges. I don't see no ovens over there. We don't see an oven until much later on in life. Bonnie intercepts her, using her distorted future move to make her look like Nika based on the stories Kuma told her. With a giant fist, she knocks out Alpha, allowing her and her new crew to set sail. Word eventually got out to the world government that Bonnie had escaped them, and eventually, Bonnie would make a name for herself as an infamous pirate in the new era. So right here, I want to go over to Bonnie's age fruit, because we had distorted future, but then we also got Nika-like future. So I want to look this up real quick if you don't mind. By the way, do we know the name of Bonnie's ship? I think it was mentioned in Film Red, but I could be wrong. I wonder if Queen Connie still alive? Don't know. But the fact that they are not surprised to see Queen Connie at the Reverie, and they refer to her as such, makes you think that maybe... we do have the name. Her ship is called the Jewelry Margarita. It's called the Jewelry Margarita. I literally just looked it up. And volume 10,089, Jewelry Margarita is named. And volume 10,089 is a free volume distributed to the first 3 million attendees of One Piece Stampede. Okay, so it was during One Piece Stampede, like the same way we have the volume 4 billion for Shanks and a lot of information with that, we had volume 10,089, which had the information about Bonnie's ship in there. There was a lot of information inside of that, apparently. But yeah, that's the name of her ship, the Jewelry Margarita. But if we go to the Toshi Toshi no Mi, I want to go down. I want to go down to see her move. So we have Distortion Future, Distorted Future, ages herself up into a possible future, version, gaining a large muscular physique. Not unlike her father's, and becoming physically stronger as a result, enough to destroy metallic walls with ease. Can also apply this technique to others, like for example, how she did to Monkey D. Luffy at Egghead Scrapyard, turning him into a 70-year-old man who was stated to come from a different future. Then we have the variation of distorted future, Nika-like future. Literally meaning distortion future, Nika Mitaina Mirai. Literally meaning distortion future, a future like Nika. Bonnie ages herself up into a possible future version, gaining a physique she imagined like Nika, and being able to stretch and enlarge her arms similar to both Nika's rubber properties and the gear third form of the Gum Gum fruit. First used against Alpha. So she's able to alter her body into a different future version of herself. In this instant, she altered her body to the properties of the Hito Hito no Mi. She literally just changed her future into a future where she had body properties of the Hito Hito no Mi. She literally can alter her state into a future where she has the Hito Hito no Mi based off of Kuma's description. She altered her body to be like that of Luffy's. Like literally devil fruit wise. Maybe I'm overthinking this a little bit, but she just, wow. So she's capable of altering herself into a future where she had the Hito Hito no Mi and can stretch and enlarging her body like Luffy. Because in the last chapter, in the last panel, she stretches her whole body. Like when she goes up, distorted future, Nika-like future, her arm doesn't just enlarge, it stretches and curves. It stretches and curves like Luffy's does. And then she just hits Alpha with this punch. Her power is almost broken. We don't know the full capabilities of the Toshi Toshi no Mi. But let me go here. For combat, Bonnie tends to employ her abilities on enemies by changing their age to extreme highs or lows, making them too old or too young to engage in battle. Bonnie is also able to tap into alternate futures with her forward aging techniques, in case said futures provide a physical boost to her normal abilities. Thanks to her own vivid imaginations and the legends her father used to tell her, Bonnie can now mimic even the powers of the legendary figure Nika, shape-shifting herself into a future form that is capable of inflating her arms and using them for attacks, akin to the effects of Luffy's Gear 3rd. This just, wow. Okay, so with this one moment, she's capable of making herself akin to Nika, and by extension, akin to Luffy. Now, here's the thing. Luffy's Gear 3rd? It's the name he gave it. It's the name that he... Oh my... Okay, now this is just making me think about the Hito no Mi even more. Because I know I said way back when, and it was probably years ago, how Luffy's Devil Fruit power... Him using Gear 3rd is probably not the first time he's done it that way. But he's probably one of the people to name it as such. But that doesn't mean that... I'm trying to think. It was years ago. I'm trying to remember everything I said about it. But the Gum Gum Fruit, his gears, they're probably not the first time that he's came up with it. It's not the first time that that fruit has allowed people to gain access to that sort of aspect. Because we have Bonnie here. A person who's never seen Luffy, who's never met Luffy at all. Luffy, at this point in time, has never had access to Gear 3rd. He's never had access to it at this point. Yet Bonnie clearly is able to shape her body akin to that of Luffy in his Gear 3rd state, well before Luffy ever used it. I got so many questions. Is this confirmed that she has the age fruit? Yes, it's been long confirmed. Because Oda never brought... But the thing is, Oda forgot. Oda himself has said that he forgot to include the name of Bonnie's Devil Fruit in the pages. In volume 106 is when the age fruit is actually named. Hold on, let me see where it is. I believe it was in an SBS. One of y'all told me that it was in an SBS where it was actually named. Oh, yes, SBS. Let me go up to... Yeah. Manipulation, age fruit. Yeah, it was in SBS in volume 6, page 24. Yeah. No. Volume 107, not 106. 107 in the SBS, page 24. That's when the name of her Devil Fruit was actually named. Because, like I said, Oda forgot it. Her power is almost broken. So here's my thing about Bonnie and her power. So if she's able to tap into an alternate future where she's able to shapeshift her body akin to that of Nika, which is then in and of itself akin to that of Luffy, what more can she do? She's tapping into... It's in the SBS in chapter 1099. Hold on. Did I miss that where it was actually named? I think I might have missed that when it was actually named. Oh, right. I forgot. See, I told y'all keep me on the up and up because they were actually looking in an encyclopedia about the Devil Fruit that she has, page 6 and 7, because it shows Bonnie who was aged up running through the area, and everyone was confused. But the name was brought up in chapter 1099. It was brought up in chapter 1099. So she also has power of imagination to a degree, but not to the extent of Luffy. Luffy's full-on power is just Toon Force and whatever I imagine it can happen. But with Bonnie, it's to a lesser degree, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't completely have it. But it's to a lesser extent than Luffy's Gear 5. It's to a lesser extent, but the fact that she can access that type of future version of herself, an alternate future version of herself, and then employ it in the present day, that makes me question the capabilities of Bonnie's Devil Fruit as well. What you mean she's able to, if she imagines imagines what it's like to be Nika and pictures a future where she could be like that and she just gains access to it? There's far more things that Bonnie could be possible. There's just so many things that could make me there's just so many facets of this ability. I'm finding my words here. Please forgive me, bear with me. There's so many facets to this ability that maybe even she doesn't know. Because we've seen a whole bunch of moves. Distorted future, Nika-like future. Then we have age skewer, where she's able to, jab into an individual and forcibly cause this person to age rapidly. Then we have oiled shock, which allows her to use her aging effects on metallic objects to completely corrode them. Then we have NDE, near-death experience, which apparently, what I thought was them having a flash of death before their eyes, no. Bonnie actually ages a person until they're a skeleton before they get reverted back to normal. When it's a near-death experience, she actually kills them momentarily, and then they go back to normal. It's a split second where they're dead, and then they come back. I thought it was just all in their head, but no, she touches them. Like, right here, the description says, Bonnie pulls out a pistol and fires a projectile against the enemy. Instead of getting injured, the target rapidly ages until they turn into a skeleton before immediately reverting to their initial state, which may cause psychological trauma to them. All this time, I thought it was just like, oh, they're just picturing themselves dead. No, Bonnie is actually making these people age to the point of their being skull and bones, and then back again. My question is this ability body-based or if it's any devil fruit? It might be body-based, because imagine if she pictured herself in an alternate future where she had the powers of, I don't know, the Pika Pika no Mi. The Pika Pika no Mi. I don't know why I enunciated it that way. The Pika Pika no Mi, or any other devil fruits that she's seen. All she would have to do is just look at that encyclopedia of devil fruits that guy had back then, and just picture herself with that. In an alternate future state. It would be kind of broken. So I figure it's more so something that is just bodily based. Because I don't think it would probably be far too overpowered for her to picture herself in a future version where she has a Logia devil fruit or a Zoan devil fruit. That would make Bonnie probably make Bonnie the most overpowered character in the overpowered devil fruit user in the entirety of One Piece. Because if she did that, I mean, all she'd have to do is just picture herself with the powers of the Quake fruit, or, I don't know, the Mag fruit, or any other devil fruit, because it would be just too overpowered. You can just picture yourself with an alternate future of you having different devil fruit powers, and then you get access to that. That would just make Bonnie way overpowered. So I think it's better if it's just body based. Body based for her. But I did enjoy this chapter. I especially like seeing Alpha get knocked down a peg. Like, no, you can't go anywhere. And then saying like, I'm gonna kill all the people around you and then gonna beat you within an inch of your life. And then Bonnie's like, say when? I bet. Let me just access this alternate future where I'm capable of beating you in a single punch. Mind you, she is a CP, a Cypherpole agent, well aware of the abilities of the 6 powers. Incredibly fast, and also incredibly powerful, because she just, she's capable of fully crushing rocks in her hands just to prove a point to Kuma, saying like, it'd be horrible if the neck of a child were to be snapped the neck of a child can be snapped so easily. Yet, she got bodied by Bonnie in one blow. Now, she may not be on the same level as CP9, but CP8 is right below CP9. So it's not like she's like some run-of-the-mill agent. Alpha's right underneath CP9. She's in that grouping, right underneath CP9. But not on their level. All the same, Bonnie just bodied her in one singular punch. So that speaks to Bonnie's level of strength, which also speaks to her devil fruit powers once again, because she really hasn't had any real big formal combat training. She would fight with people, but not to a degree where it's like she's fully trained in martial arts or whatever. But for her to be able to not only gain enough physical strength with the Nika-like future, but body a Cypherpole agent in one go? Also, another thing that actually helped with this is the fact that Alpha didn't even know that Bonnie had a devil fruit at all. So that's another thing that they did keep hush hush. So that also caught her Alpha off guard. To be fair, she also didn't know about Bonnie's powers. You literally just said that as I started speaking, Holster. I wasn't even looking at what you said. I was just looking into the camera, and I didn't even fully realize that you were saying the same thing I did. You were doing the same thing I did. So I bet that caught her off guard too, and didn't expect a giant fist to appear when she got close to her. No, least of all, a fist based off of Nika. But we're going on break after this. So the question is, if this is the start of Bonnie turning into a pirate. We have the name of her ship, which is the Jewelry Margarita. And now we know why her ship is shaped like a pizza. Because she loves pizza. I mean, what's not to love about pizza? Can we be honest? What's not to love? Pizza's love, pizza's life, even more than Shrek. But put her above Wanzai and below Nero? Yeah, definitely above Wanzai. But this was an interesting chapter. We're still going through the flashbacks. Kuma's losing more and more of himself, where he's becoming far more distant. The fact that he went to go watch over Luffy, and he was just watching him. And Kuma had a feeling that Kuma had that inkling, especially with a beer. I don't drink alcohol, so no beer for me. I'll probably take either a water, maybe even a Sprite, or maybe even a sweet tea. And she has the strongest fisherman from Sorbet on her crew. Yeah. To the point where even Queen Connie said that these ruffians, these ruffian fishermen, scare pirates and beasts alike. So Bonnie has like a really good crew. Rest in peace to those Bonnie Big Mom theories, all because they both have pink hair. And way above Spandam, man, Spandam is below his own elephant Funk Freed. That's how far below Spandam is. He's below his own elephant sword. His own personal Zoan elephant sword. He's below that. Because have we ever seen Spandam do anything combat-wise? Have we ever seen him use Soru? Have we ever seen him use Rankaku? Have we ever seen him use Shigon? Have we ever seen him do any of that? No, he's just always around Lucci. Well, she did have a good crew they're captured right now. Yeah, you're right. They did get captured. She does have to get them back at some point. Yeah, because she got separated from them. They got captured. She got separated, and she found herself inside of that big water tornado before the Straw Hats got her. But that'll be something we touch on should Oda feel it necessary to touch on. We are still going through this flashback. Here's the thing, though. Since we're seeing more and more of Bonnie, are we going to cut back to Kuma leading up to the moments where he would... No, we haven't. It's called nepotism. Exactly. We have not seen Spandam do anything that would make him worthy of being with CP9. Or no, CP0. We haven't seen him do anything. You're right, Funk Freed's even better than Spandam. Am I lying? Am I lying? Spandam literally can get punched in the face, and he over here with tears in his eyes. His elephant put up a better fight against Frankie than he did. It's called Spandam getting everything handed to him. I mean, he asked for it. The moment he decided to beat up on Robin, yeah, that sealed his fate. Now he's just doomed to be second fiddle to Lucci, and he don't even do nothing. He don't even do nothing. Matter of fact, let me just look him up real quick. I know I'm kind of droning on right now. I got to get to My Hero because I'm really anxious to see what that next chapter is. But let me look up Spandam real quick. And I also need to check on family and see what type of food they may be bringing in because I'm really hungry. I am really hungry. I want something big. I want a big meal. Like, I want to eat. I mean, I can't maintain all this muscle if I ain't eating a whole bunch of food. But I'm hungry. I am hungry. So let's go down to his abilities and powers. Let's go down to what Spandam can do. Let's see. Spandam is the least powerful of the group as he has a Doriki level of only 9. A normal armed marine has a Doriki level of 10. So, according to Fukuro, who's capable of measuring the strength of people, Spandam is weaker than a normal armed marine. Being this way, he is incapable of learning and knowing any. He don't know jack. Why is he here? He's the... Oh, I forgot. Oh, he's the mascot. He's the mascot. He is incapable of learning and knowing any Rokushiki moves. Nonetheless, the rest of the Cypherpole 9 do not mind and respect him as the chief of the organization, with the possible exception of Kumadori, as he was the only one who saved Spandam from being eaten further by Frankie. Being beaten. Why not say eaten? Being beaten further by Frankie, sending Spandam flying into the ceiling in the process. Because of his physical weakness, Spandam relies on his natural talents of knowledge and deception, as opposed to actual combat. However, despite his physical weakness, he appears to be capable of enduring considerably high amounts of damage, as seen when he was still standing after 2 attacks from Usopp as Sogeking, Robin's Seis-Fleur slap, and Frankie's strong right. In Frankie's case, he also instantly counterattacked, which only seemed to swell his face, as well as having Funk Fried land on top of him after Frankie threw the elephant at him. Despite the enormous amounts of crippling damage he suffered at their hands, which left him bedridden, he managed to make a full recovery, enough to join CP0 2 years later. This man is weaker than weak. Still wanted Robin. Actually, have we even seen Funk Fried yet? I kind of want to see it again. We haven't seen Funk Fried in a minute. If I pull up Funk Fried and see his history and go to the 4 Emperor Saga, Spandam appears to have kept Funk Fried, or a superficially similar sword, after his transfer to CP0. But this is just according to One Piece Film Gold. We haven't seen Funk Fried in the time skip yet. We've only seen Funk Fried during Enies Lobby. But we officially have not seen Funk Fried in the time skip. Last time we see him is in a non-canon movie. But that's the last part. And you say you choked a bit when I said abilities of Spandam. This man ain't got no abilities. He ain't got nothing. Let's see. Whoop Slap versus Spandam. Whoop Slap is definitely stronger than Spandam. Bonnie's story gonna wrap up in the next chapter, I think. We'll have to see. We have no idea. We don't know. We don't know how much more this flashback is gonna go, but I do feel like we're wrapping up soon. I can't say if we're gonna wrap up in the next chapter, but I feel like we're really wrapping up soon, because Bonnie's already gone from the Sorbet Kingdom, and Kuma's continuing on as he has. We either end in the next chapter, like end immediately in the next chapter and go present day in the next chapter, or we have one last flashback as Bonnie's going about her business as a pirate, and then we have Kuma leading up to the events where we will first see him appear at Thriller Bark. But I don't know. I'm just guesstimating here. We're going on break, so we're going to have a considerable amount of time to think about it. Hope this flashback will end. Had enough of it? Ah, don't be like that. Let me see. Still wanna slapping him. Let me see. Maybe she'll start doing it to Jinbei. No, they're only for Frankie, or maybe she'll start doing it to Jinbei. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, my bad, Ozzy. Robin didn't really punch, though. Yeah. Okay. So, going over what we got here. Bonnie's gone. She's finally free and cured. That's by far the most important thing from this chapter, is Kuma sending letters to Bonnie, telling her how much he loves her. Bonnie, unfortunately, not getting it because of Alpha stank behind. But also, Bonnie has been completely cured of the Sapphire Scales. She can be out in the sun. She can enjoy herself. She's completely cured. Bonnie has had her Nezuko is cured moment. She's had that moment, and now she's out to sea, becoming a pirate. And I'm happy for her. But since she's been a pirate, we've never really seen what Bonnie does as a pirate, save for her going places and eating. But what she does as a pirate, we don't see. So has all this time, has she been searching for Kuma? Even better when she sees again Seis-Fleur giant slap to the ow. He sent Law to Bonnie. What a plot twist. Hi, what did I miss this time? Yoda, you literally just missed everything. I'm about to close out here because we got to move on to My Hero Academia. He even gave him a nickname of Lauters. He sent Law to Bonnie. What a plot twist. I know you're making fun of me, Holster. I know you are. I know you are. I won't give into it. I will not acknowledge. I will not give into it. But yeah, Yoda, you're coming in at the end of this stream. I gotta move on to My Hero Academia. We are going on break with One Piece, so we won't have a chapter next week. Yeah, I'm sick, man, but Spandam deserves the worst to happen. I mean, yeah, he does. That's not being petty. That's just the honest to God truth. He deserves every bit of harm, every bit of bad days, every demotion, everything that he inflicted on Robin in that one singular day, he needs to have inflicted across his entire life. Does that sound wrong? Possibly. But this is a world where even children are not exempt from being, caught in the line of fire. What? No, I would never tease people. See, you don't even have to type in brackets that you're speaking in sarcasm. I can hear it. You are literally Mark Wahlberging this. What? No. Are you from what was that stupid dumb M. Night Shyamalan movie? Yeah. Okay, I'm done. I'm dragging it out. Who's worse, Orochi or Spandam? Orochi. Spandam's bad, but Orochi did it to spite an entire nation. Everything that Orochi did was to spite the Kozuki clan and to exact revenge on every single citizen in Wano. He didn't care if anyone lived or died. He didn't care if anyone died, just as long as his revenge could be realized. So Orochi's worse. Peace and enjoy your food. Ain't no food here yet. I gotta hit him up to find out. But I'm done, ladies and gentlemen, everyone. Whether I got brand new people here in chat right now, welcome. Hope you really enjoyed my dramatic reading of the newest chapter of One Piece. And to all my regulars, from my moderators, to my members, to my subscribers, all I can say to you right now is thank you for making this one of the best life decisions I've ever made. Leaving the job I had before and pursuing this. Thank you for that. I love it. I absolutely love it. What chapter are we on for My Hero Academia? 403. Oh, I am wrong. It's 409. It's 409. We're past 403. Yeah, it's 409. Oh, and we're going on break for My Hero, because I'm looking at a Viz right now, but I don't see the chapter. We're going on break for both My Hero and One Piece. So the only chapter we're going to be getting next week is Jujutsu. Because Jujutsu is on break right now. If I pull it up. Yeah, Jujutsu is on break right now. All right, I'm done. But to everybody who's here, thank you for being here. Thank you. It really does mean a world to me. I know I've been on YouTube for about 10 years, but I will never get tired of thanking all of you for allowing me to have a YouTube channel that has lasted 10 years. I just want to say it's an immense honor and privilege to get up here and to entertain you for insert certain amount of minutes here. It really does mean the world to me. You just being here is more than enough. Thank you. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, subscribe, even become a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later peoples, on to My Hero.